we have taken as evidence when they don't just follow norms, but they actually enforce them on others. What's the motivation behind correcting others when they're not following the norm? Some kind of group-based motivation to do things this way. So in this study, you'll see that the child has previously seen, before the film starts, how this game is played, and the game is called daxing. And you'll see the puppet come, and the puppet will play the game not the same way that the child understands daxing to be. The puppet is playing it wrong. And you'll see the child objecting and quite vociferously telling the child, no, it doesn't work like that. Saying, no, it doesn't work like that at all. And he even glances to the original experimenter who, by instructions, is looking down and not responding. And he's saying, no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. And now he's going to teach. The child is going to take the tool that you're supposed to use, put it together, and give it to the puppet. And then he says, here, you take this. It goes like this. So the puppet, by not playing the game by the rules, is not hurting anyone. It's not disrupting the game. It's an individual game. But the child wants to see him doing it the right way. In addition to this study, in which the child is marking, the puppet is saying daxing, we also have one where they just, on this table you play this game, and on this table you play it a different way, and the child also enforces that norm when the puppet plays the wrong game on the wrong table. So it's not just about language. Here's one other, just so you can get another version of it, of two children playing together. And what we have done is we taught one child one set of rules. They're told you put animals on animals, and another child is taught that you put colors on colors. And you'll see how they argue when they discover the other child doing it wrong. Okay, so here they go, and the first one is putting it on the wrong. He says, no, hedgehog on hedgehog, that's eagle on eagle in German. And the other child saying, no, and then the other one says, yes. And so they're having a quite emotional, involved argument about what's the right way to play the game. And you will see at one point he says, no, it works like this. Hedgehog with hedgehog, it works like this. And then he's going to say, this is the way it works. It goes like this. So it goes like this, right? He says to the other child. And then the first child leaves and says, I'm going to get the man, going to get the experimenter, because he's going to enforce the right. Tattling is an interesting variation on this, where it's not just the norm carrying the force, but let's go get the people who made up the norms. Let's go get the adults. So we think in ontogeny we've got the same, roughly same two steps we have hypothesized as being evolutionary steps in the evolution of human cooperation and morality. A second person morality where children help and share and not harm, of course, specific other individuals. They collaborate and share the spoils equitably with other individuals. And these we would call natural predispositions. They're not things learned from the culture or from adults specifically at this time. They have learned some things from adults, but we think they're mainly coming from their own natural predispositions to treat other people, by help other people and treat other people equally. And then only after 3 years old or so, they start with a norm-based morality where they are following social norms, both of a moral type and just a conventional type, like the game rules that you saw. They start enforcing social norms, and ultimately they internalize these into guilt and shame, and they begin to regulate their own behavior by the evaluative attitudes as expressed in social norms of adults and others in their culture. So, much more is needed. Our account of morality is very only simply expressed here. There's a lot more complexity, but we just hope that this two-step framework in both phylogeny and ontogeny will provide a context within which future research can help us to answer some of the outstanding questions. Thank you.